You're good enough for Detroit.
But they can't bear what comes from
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and three toes. I will beat your ass.
Here comes that pressure. Mayfield in the middle. It's intercepted. It's Derek Barnes. Seattle's got to make a stop. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to throw it back to Goff. Who had that on the bingo card? And a second. Oh, here's a little trickery. St. Brown back to God. Leaves flickers. Got Laporta wide open. Sam Laporta foot race towards the end zone. Diving touchdown. Unreal. 52 for the win. It is just good. Just inside the upright. Jake Bates, hometown hero. And the Lions have come all the way back. Here comes the heat. It's Hutchinson again. Number 3, the hat trick for Aiden Hutchinson.
Blocked there by Zylstra. It's caught by Jamison Williams. There he goes. Foot race with Miller. Foot race with Savage. That is 6 for number 9.
Just like the white ring does, sing songs and I should sing it. Ooh, baby, ooh. Just like the white ring does, sing songs and I should sing it. Ooh, baby, ooh.
If you don't take yourself off mute, man. If you don't take yourself off mute, man.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Pride Podcast, episode 411 on the Blue Wire Network. I am your host, Joe, with two guys, as always, Mr. Malcolm Hart. Here, boys, how are we feeling after that?
I'm feeling great. Do I have to relieve you of your duties, make Malcolm the host from now on, like how Campbell did to Morton, or are we good?
Oh yeah, I think we're getting to that point. You know, maybe maybe put some glasses,
glasses.
on a little bit.
Glasses.
Maybe these are the game changers. Maybe these are the game changers. You know what? Yeah, Malcolm. You know what? Going forward, you know, maybe some adjustments are needed. So maybe going forward, Malcolm will have to be. You know, what we did to John Morton is what we're going to have to do to me next.
Just give me the glasses. Just give me the reading glasses.
Just
give me the glasses.
The glasses are the new staple.
The glasses are like Superman. It's like a Superman cape.
It's a new staple, Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Everybody needs a pair of reading glasses right now.
Yep. Well, how are we feeling, boys?
I'm feeling great, man. Me and Malcolm talked before the game. Everything that we said they had to do, they did. Belt to ass, revenge tour. That's what Malcolm called it, the belt to ass tour, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it was needed, bro. They really needed this.
Yeah.
Woo! That's how I feel right now, man. I'm excited, man. I mean, we kind of knew this was gonna happen, man. We knew this is like a get back game for Detroit. So we just got back, man. I think everything went back to where it was. I mean, we saw some new things, so that was exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, I think with all the chatter that we had throughout the week, right? You know, with obviously how last game went, with how the trade deadline all went down, and you know, there's a lot of chatter of people being on the negative side of the things of the Detroit Lions. What cures negativity is winning. And what the Lions did today was not only just win, they beat a team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year and took care of business. And everything looked like it was back on brand. You know, this was a Detroit Lions brand of football type of game. And it was just really, really encouraging to see. So let's start off with this Detroit Lions offense, because that's the story here, right? Because that's been what the story has been. You know, I called them out last week and said this offense does not look the same since the Baltimore game. Well, today that has completely changed. Maybe they just have to play in Maryland every time, because they played well in Baltimore. Now they played well in Washington. I mean, close enough, right? DC, Maryland, you're right there, right? So maybe they just have to be in that little area, and that's where the offense is going. Talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's talk about this Detroit Lions offense. Pierre, I mean, what was the biggest difference maker today compared to the previous weeks?
I talked about this on my Instagram. I didn't really get a chance to come on your show last time because whatever, I was at the game. But the long developing routes, they got rid of that shit. They went back to the quick passing game. They went to play action. They actually ran the ball well. They did not go away from it. I think the biggest difference, honestly, running the ball. You run the ball, everything opens up. Here, I got the numbers right here in front of me. 33 carries, 226 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. One of those was a kneel down by Kyle Allen for -1 yards. So, I mean, 6.8 yards on the ground. Jahmyr Gibbs was phenomenal. David Montgomery, 15 carries, 71 yards, 4.7 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 142 yards, 9.5, 2 touchdowns. Johnny Morton kept saying we need to get Leaf more involved, Jameson Williams more involved. He wasn't doing it. Campbell, first time he gets the play call, he has plays designed for those guys. And everything seemed smooth. Nothing seemed hard. They didn't even punt once. That was my biggest takeaway. No punts at all. They scored on every drive. Obviously, that last drive was a kneel down, but nothing was hard. It seemed like previous weeks, even when they played bad, played okay, everything was just hard to get going. Nothing seemed hard today.
Absolutely. I said it last week. I was telling it to Malcolm. I said, even the yards that they were earning last week, it felt like they had to earn every single one of them. And like you mentioned today, I think you hit it right on the nail. Everything today was easy. It felt like they could do whatever they wanted today. It was nice and easy. And we've been saying it, right? I mean, it's week 10 now, right? There was no excuse for this Lions offense to look the way it's looked in the previous weeks because you just have too many superstars, too many dynamic players on this offense for it to look the way it's looked, the last couple of weeks. And today, we finally saw it all kind of click together. You mentioned it, man. You got Jameson Williams involved. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown involved. You got Sam Laporte involved. And then your running backs, man. I mean, David Montgomery got a couple force carries to make it a complete even split, 15-15 at the end. But my point still stands that they got this running game going, and then they got the passing game going. It was a beautiful complementary offense. And that's what we've been kind of waiting to see is this complementary brand of football from the Detroit Lions. And for the first time confidently this year since the Baltimore game, I could say they played that today in this game versus the Commanders. I mean, it was just great from the get-go, man. Just like Pierre said, not punting the ball once, great complementary football. They were able to run the ball really well. They were able to get their pass catchers involved. And the one guy we've been waiting for is Jameson Williams. We weren't concerned here, but people were starting to get concerned, and rightfully so. He wasn't getting involved. He wasn't getting targets. And today, I think it was a great day for him, man. 6 catches, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. Great. Just to see him get involved in this offense again is just dynamic, man. He's just one of those guys, get the ball in his hand and see what he can do. And when he gets that ball in his hand, he could do some very dynamic stuff. So just a very, very encouraging day overall for the Detroit Lions offense. And, man, you're in November now. This is where we got to start, clicking now. This is where we're approaching, right? We're past that midway through the season now. This is where we want to start clicking, and this is where you want to get the offense going. And today was a first great example of that. And now it's this. We're here. Let's keep it going up. Dan Campbell, remember that one meme? Is let's keep going up. Let's keep that going up from this. It's hard to follow up what you did today, but hey, man, have some performance like this. Keep going forward. Fans are going to be very satisfied. The team's going to be very satisfied. And man, oh man, that's when the Detroit Lions get very, very scary, man. When they play this brand of football like they did today, that's when it gets very, very scary. So very encouraging stuff, man. And great bounce back victory from what we saw last week in that Minnesota game. This was just a great game offensively. So huge shots to the offense. Completely executed this game plan and completely took advantage of that Washington Commanders team, who is, they're injury riddled right now, and they're not playing a good brand of football. And they showed today that the Detroit Lions are the better football team, and that's what we want to see. That's a great sign going forward. So great sign from the Detroit Lions. But Malcolm, what's your biggest takeaway from this Detroit Lions offense?
Balance. This game just represented them, but balance. I mean, you're looking at the way the way the offense was just running this game. They threw 35 passes, jerk off to 35 passes. They had 33 runs. That's just balance right there. I mean, those guys getting involved will normally get involved. We saw a lot of Khalif Raymond this game. He had 4 targets. Khalif Raymond completely had one of his better games with us. The Porta, he was balanced. He had 5 targets. Jamo has 7 targets. And then you had Amon-Ra with 8 targets. So this was a well-balanced offense right here. And kudos to Dan Campbell, man. I mean, he's shown that he might have to do this every week. if he's doing this today, if he can do this every week, I mean, this might be a really good offense right now, the way things was going, man. They were not predictable. They were, you know, before everything seemed very predictable. Like first downs, you knew, okay, they were going to run the ball. Second downs, they may run the ball again. And then now you have Jared Goff on third and long saying, what are we going to do? Now it was balanced, man. This whole offense was balanced, and I loved it.
Obviously, like the Commanders were banged up and stuff, but the Lions did what they had to do. Like there's been other games under Morton where, you know, like felt like they could have done more and they just struggled. So I just kind of want to bring that up as well. Like the Commanders were a banged up team. We knew, like we talked BTA, but there was no struggle though under Morton when they played like a bad team, or there was like struggles here and there, which was unacceptable to us. We talked about that, but just want to bring that up to our listeners.
Here, that's a great point, because there were games where I said the Lions have won and they've masked the issue so far, because there's been issues with this offense, but they've been able to mask it with some victories. You know, one game in particular, Cincinnati, that kind of sticks out to me. Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Football, that really sticks out to me. Like those were games where I thought the Lions could put the other team away a lot quicker, and they were just not able to do it. And they're letting the other teams hang around. And when you start playing good teams, that's not a good recipe, you know, to win games. And like you said, Commanders are not a great team. They're injury riddled right now. They're just not playing a great brand of football right now. That's the bottom line. But
nobody cares, right? I mean, you go with the guys you got. No one cares.
You found a way to win, and you found a way to win convincingly. And that gives me confidence going forward when they do play good teams, and you're going to have that next week, and we'll talk about that later in the week when you play Philly.
That's a fun one.
This gives you more confidence going to that game than it was last week, 100%, or even 2 weeks ago, or even 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago. You have more confidence today than you did yesterday. And that's the bottom line, because what they showed today, it was a great confidence game. And like you said, the balance was there. And when you have so many dynamic players on this offense, you need a balanced attack, man. You just have so many guys, man, and you're not going to get them involved like this every single game. But these are weapons, man. These are teams that we talk about you have to circle. There's a lot of guys you should be able to circle in the Lions. And frankly, the way that John Morton was calling plays before, these guys weren't as much of a threat as they should have been. Were they still a threat? Absolutely, just because of the name value and what they've shown on the field before. But they should have been more of a threat. And after today's game, teams are going to look at the Lions and say, hey, Jameson Williams is still really good. Sam Laporta is still really good. We know what Amon-Ra is going to do. This running attack is still really, really good. And that is coming off losing one of your starting left guards and having to step in with Coyote Oshika. And today, that offensive line play showed zero decline. If anything, it looked like a very big improvement for this Lions offensive line. And that's losing one of their main guys on the O-line and calling up on Oshika to step in and fill in a role. And that was even with some opportunities in this game where Sewell had to go down for a couple plays, and he Skipper had to step in, and then Glasgow too. He went down for a little bit, and Tristan Colon had to step in at the center spot. So just a great complimentary brand of football. And like you said, man, if Dan Campbell continues to call plays like this, there should be no change to this offense. This is how the offense should look when you have these type of players. So just a great brand of football, man, overall from this Lions offense.
Yeah, man. It's like for some reason, like even when I used to watch, when I watched Johnny Moore's offense prior, it's like he came in there with a game plan to look, we're gonna get Amon-Ra, and Amon-Ra's gonna be the focus point of this game, and that's it. It's gonna be Amon-Ra's day, and then like they're just feeding him, and then like other guys is left out. You see J-Mo with like 2 targets, Khalif Raven 0 targets. Other guys are just not getting targeted. This right here, it gives teams like, all right, now we can't just take one guy out. They have a lot of weapons now. I think, and this is the offense where it should have been this whole time when you have all these weapons.
Yeah, I mean that's what Minnesota did last week. Minnesota took out Jahmyr Gibbs and neutralized Amon-Ra St. Brown to a certain extent, and the Lions had no idea how to counter back. And if they were to replay that game like how they played today, I absolutely think they win that game. And I don't want to go back and talk about that game, but like that's my point. It's like those are some games that we're talking about in the past. Kansas City too is like when they were able to neutralize the running game or neutralize one player, the Lions had zero answers how to counter back. But now I feel like today I have some more confidence. Is like if a team is going to come in and say, hey, we have to stop Jahmyr Gibbs, or we're going to try to stop Jahmyr Gibbs, we have some other options. We have some counter punches to those. And that's what you need to see going forward. And that's what you saw today. They got a balanced deck. Everyone is involved. And you need all these guys for the rest of the way, man. This is what makes the Lions offense so dynamic, is that they have so many players. It's not just a one-man show. It's not just a two-man guy. It's that they have all of these dynamic players and that they can all make an impact in an instance.
We got an update from Dan Campbell. He said he decided to take play call duties away from Morton the day after the loss, so Monday. But he also said John is vital to
Mm.
me. It's not like the situation in 2021. So Campbell's going to call plays, but John's going to remain on the staff.
Yeah, I mean,
Johnny
I don't think
Mo.
he should be. I don't think he should be gone. I mean, I'm
Well, he
not
said
saying
it's
this.
not like he's not like 2021 where Anthony Lynn was kind of like there, but he wasn't like, you know, he
They
said
He
stayed
was
one.
ass.
Yeah,
He was ass.
yeah. No, I mean,
Oh,
I don't think Johnny Mo should be completely taken off the game plan, right? But like,
Yeah.
as far as the play calling, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how the way I look at it, right? If Dan Campbell is calling plays like that and it's balanced and it's unpredictable, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the way I look at it, man. So if this is
Wow.
what works today, we're bringing that into next week versus Philadelphia.
Wow. What a turn of events, man. That's crazy. Who would
would've
have
thought?
seen this?
Who would've
Who would have
thought?
thought that Dan Campbell would be the mastermind, the master play caller, offensive play caller in Detroit? First of all, everybody need to go ahead, go to your nearest, I guess, Dollar General, and everybody get a pair of reading glasses. Just get the cheap ones. Get the cheap ones. Get the nice reading glasses, and that's what we need to rock for right now. We need to rock those reading glasses, man. Because when he puts them shits on, he means business.
shit, I rock mine all the time already, so I'm good.
Hey, I'm about to go to the store. I'm about to go to Five and Below. Yep, y'all heard me, Five and Below, and I'm about to go get me a pair of reading glasses.
I mean, it was.
I don't need a prescription. I don't need a prescription. I just need it out there. I just need to have them.
Yeah, no,
Because I'm telling
these
you.
aren't prescription. They're getting the job done right now.
They're getting the job done, man. I'm telling you, the reading glasses.
You know, a couple of years ago is the ski mask. You know, I want to see in downtown Detroit for the next home game. I want to see people selling glasses outside.
Yeah,
I want to see
the
the reading
reading
glasses being sold.
The
outside.
reading glasses.
Yep, that's what I want to be.
Put the pictures
That's
right
what I
down
want to
here,
see being
dude.
sold.
Like, like you see that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Yep, just like that.
Yep.
Just like that.
That's what I want to see going forward. That's what I want to see sold in downtown Detroit on game days. The reading glasses, also the silver pants, man. Those things aren't going anywhere either. Screw your marshmallows, Pierre. Those are Detroit Lions. That's what that style we saw there today. That's Detroit Lions football. Those
Dude, I
silver
was
pants out
trolling
there.
on that. You know, I was trolling on that.
Oh yeah,
that
you
tweet,
deserved.
right?
I saw you got ratioed. You deserved every single part of that. Hey, I joined in it, and then he deserved.
Oh.
it. Pierre
No,
deserved it.
I was trolling. I
No,
was.
you
I was
deserved
Tyler, you know it did.
I joined in because Pierre deserved
God
it. He
damn.
said the
Now you put
marshmallows
that on
over
his back.
everything. No, silver
You put that
pants
on
is
his
Detroit
back.
Lions brand. Silver pants are Detroit Lions brand of football, and that's what we saw today. Those are the new winning luck, whatever you want
One
to call
uniform
them.
update though, the Lions announced last week is it's gonna be a whiteout versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Looking forward to that too. That should be
Fans
cool.
wear
you know?
white, all white on the field because the Cowboys are wearing their blue jerseys. So,
Yeah.
be a fun one.
Yep. All right,
go.
let's go back into this game. Let's switch gears to the defense side of the ball, and I'll start off with you, Malcolm, because we talked about last week the running defense wasn't to the level of the Detroit Lions brand of football that we're used to seeing. You know, Kelvin Shepard. I mean, I think Kenny Albert said it today on the broadcast. You know, when they talked to Shep in the producers meeting, Shep's big thing is my bread and butter is we have to stop the run first, and then everything else comes with it after. I thought today was a good example of that, and you could go elaborate more on that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think the running defense they showed up and played that Detroit Lion brand of football. You know, last week we kind of seen that missing. There was a lot of carries that the Vikings did against us, where they just had a really great yardage average against us. But this game is completely different. I mean, they held their running backs to a total of under 100 yards, averaging 3.4 yards per carry. So I think that's good showing. I mean, as long as you keep those backs as a team under 100 yards, I think you did your job.
Absolutely. Pierre, overall, what did you see from this Detroit Lions defense? Anything different, or you think they were just playing their brand of football and it finally showed up in a more positive way because the offense kind of picked them up?
Look, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought the defense was okay. I didn't think they played their best game today. Twice. I know it's Marcus Mariota. They had backups there, but they have some explosive plays. And especially when Terrion went out, Terrion was playing. Once he went out, you saw a miscommunication in the end zone, wide open. When they were doing that stupid interview, they wouldn't even show the stupid play. It pissed me off. Talk about the stock market. All right, whatever with that though. Tyler, we're not doing that right now. Whatever. All right. And then there was it was obviously garbage time, but like wide open tight end and the flat. Like you can't have that. I know like you're up a lot, but like you can't do that versus Philly. You can't make these mistakes. So that was my takeaway. I thought the run defense was good. I know the numbers show 27-93, but they had some carries where like they got first downs off of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's also was a concern. Like I know on paper it looks good, but the eye test just didn't look as good as on paper. I'm being honest.
No, that's fair. That's fair criticism right there. That's fair.
That's
criticism.
honestly me being honest. And then Marcus Mariota, I felt like they pressured him. They didn't pressure him enough.
I agree with that.
They did it.
So just moving forward, I want to see a little better play. And I'm not concerned with the defense. I just thought they didn't play their best game. I know we won 44-22, but I just expected more out of this defense.
That's a fair criticism right there, right? The paper stats do look good right here. And it looks like they kind of got back on track. And I thought overall it was solid, right? It was a good performance. But yeah, there was some miscommunications. I mean, the Deebo Samuel touchdown, I don't think even, I mean, I was barely paying attention. I saw Trump going like this. I was locked in on the interview. I'm not going to lie. And Deebo Samuel was wide open for a touchdown. But he's right. You know, you kind of look back at it. There was complete miscommunication. Deebo Samuel was butt naked open. You know, no one was in the area.
Yeah, nobody was there. Shit.
Yeah.
So
So
like, what's going on? And that kind of happened when TA went out. And TA was actually really good again in coverage.
He is. Second game back to back.
yeah, he's
Back
kind
to
of
back
going
good
on that track going up right now. He's been
Yeah.
good the last two
Oh, yeah.
weeks.
But he actually got knocked out with a concussion. Let's hope he'll be all right versus Philly, but we'll see. But
Yeah.
that's just my
You know,
concern, man.
Overall, though, I think it was a good defensive performance. I think this defense is fine. I've always thought this defense was fine. You know, they've been in some bad situations. I thought, especially last week versus Minnesota, like the offense was putting them in bad spots and special teams was putting in some bad spots. I think they're doing their job, though. I mean, yes, you want to see the pressure, you know, the numbers go up. You want to see them, whatever quarterback they were going against, be under more duress. And obviously, the run defense is the bread and butter, like we said, with Kelvin Shepard. And they kind of got back on track with that today. But overall, yeah, I mean, is there a more desired performance from the defense? Absolutely. I think you hit it right on the nail there. But I think overall, this defense is still on a very good trajectory right now. And I think Shep's got these boys rolling still. I mean, it's a game where you're going to look good because, you know, you won the game, obviously. But overall, man, I still feel very confident with this defense. And it felt good, at least to see on the paper, right? The run defense got back on track because it was a bad game last week and you didn't make it 2 weeks in a row. And yes, there was some big runs here and there for them, but it wasn't a big problem where I thought at any point I was concerned with this defense where this could be a ball game. I thought the game was always in control kind of from the start to finish. There was never really a point in this game where you kind of felt uncomfortable with the Commanders. And like you said, maybe when you start playing better teams, it'll be exposed a little bit more.
I mean, next week, it's Saquon and that O-line.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
got it next week, so we'll see.
Absolutely, yeah. So there could be better teams when you play in the future, and that could be exposed a little bit more. But I think overall, I still feel very confident in Coach Shep and what he's going to get out of these guys. I feel like they're going to always
100%.
be. I feel like they're always going to be ready for the game, and that you know that was something I was concerned with Johnny Mo kind of going forward because like they didn't show the signs when they start playing better teams that they're going to get it going. But the defense, I don't know, man. It's something with Coach Shep. I've seen it with him before, and I just feel confident going forward that like when they start playing these good teams, he's going to have a good game plan going forward because I think he just does enough, man. You know, he obviously you want to see exceed the expectations, but I think he does that and could just do enough to win the game. And that's what I said. I think overall this defense was in a solid performance. I think they'll be solid going forward for the rest of the way.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not worried. That was just my takeaway.
I mean, I see what you're talking about. I mean, you're looking at Jeremy McNichols, he averaged 5 yards per carry.
Mhm.
So, but the thing is with him, he just didn't get enough touches. I mean, he only
He only
got
got
5
5
touches.
touches. Yep.
Exactly. So if he already got more touches, we'll probably we'd be talking about a different thing right now as far as you know, us continuing to run because that's not good. That's not a good average. You know, you want to have these guys under, you know, that 4 yards per carry. That's the way I look at it as far as you want, as far as having a good, you know, rushing defense. But as far as the communication, man, I kind of you know seen that coming. You know, we have a lot of guys hurt. Like as far as Kirby Joseph, I think Kirby Joseph is a big communicator out there, and not having him in the secondary, there's gonna be a lot of communication errors. I think that's what a part of it is. But I think when we get Kirby back, I think those communications that we're seeing, like the communication errors that we're seeing in the secondary, I think that gets cleaned up.
To me, it's just like you're mid-season. You know, I don't care who you have out there. Thomas Harper has played a lot of games, and these guys have played together. Communication has to be better. Like it was good versus the Bucks, you know, and those guys were in there. So I don't think that's an excuse. I think when someone goes down, they just have to do a better job communicating when someone comes in for them.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah. And then obviously the pressure in the quarterback, you do want to see it get better. And yeah, I mean, you might have some potential forces coming back soon. I mean, Pascal's back in practice. Hopefully he can make an impact when he returns. I mean, Marcus Davenport, we don't know what the status is on him, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to come. It comes down to your main guys, right? You know, the Aiden Hutchinsons, the Elaine McNeil, Tyreek Williams. Like these guys got to do a better job as far as pressuring the quarterback. And they've been good this year. They've been really good this year for this team, but they got to be better, especially in a game like this where, yeah, the pressure numbers are not going to be great. I think when we see them, tomorrow, when they drop release tomorrow, Monday night or Monday morning, sorry. So yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, there's some tweaks that there definitely needs to be, and I think Shep, like I said, I feel confident he's going to get these guys in the right shape, and they'll be good going forward.
I do want to give a shout out to 2 players, actually 3 on defense. Jack Campbell with that big tackle,
Yes.
strong as hell. Brian Branch was great today. We finally had that really good Brian Branch game, and then Roy Lopez had 2 tackles for a loss, blew up 2 plays. So I just want to give a shout out to those guys. I had that in my notes here.
Yeah, no, that Jack Campbell play, I think it was on Krosky Merritt. I believe it was a 2-point conversion, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a 2-point, yeah.
That play was like old football,
Ryan
linebacker. Yeah,
that's
just like old school linebacker, middle linebacker, go in there, go make a play, and that was Jack Campbell, 1 yard line, just go in there. I mean, that should have been an easy one for Krosky Merritt. Campbell comes out of nowhere, makes a hell of a stop. So yeah, shout out to him. That was a great play by him.
Yeah. Special teams though, Tyler, I'm a little concerned.
Oh man, the special teams defense is the biggest concern, man. It feels like they're giving up a lot of yards on these kickoffs, and it feels like that's been a problem for almost all year, honestly. I'm kind of looking back at it, like they've given some big returns and almost gave a touchdown up last week to Minnesota. So yeah, Phipps got to get these boys right, man. I don't want to go on a whole tangent about special teams, but these are some big yards that they're giving up on.
That matters. It matters.
Yeah, it does, and they're giving some big yards on these kickoffs.
Yeah, it ain't looking too good, man. The field goal block, between the field goal block, the big yardage on the special team that they're giving up. Man, I don't know, man. That's Dave Phipp, man. The thing with him that he's been good, man.
Yep.
I think it's this new rule. They're still kind of adjusting to it, like this new the new kickoff rules and stuff. I feel like a lot of teams, some teams have struggled with it, some teams a little better with it. One issue with the Lions, though, is they have a lot of linebackers not as fast as safeties or fast guys playing on special teams. I feel like that hurts. I feel like next year they got to prioritize speed more than size on the special teams, because you see some of these guys are a little slower. Even Phipp mentioned it the other day. He said the way we're built on special teams is we got linebackers. We don't have that many safeties or that many fast guys. So it's all scheme, man. They'll I'm not really worried about it, but I was worried about Jake Bates' low kick again that got, what was it, blocked or missed today?
Yeah, it was blocked.
There was another one that was low that went in.
It went in, yep. You're right. It was a gimme too.
That's 3 low kicks. One wasn't blocked, 2 were blocked, 1 went in. It's you got to fix that. This can't become a thing, especially for us. This cannot become a thing, man. It just can't.
Special teams are very underrated, right? I mean, people don't talk about it enough. It is a big part of the football game.
I think it's just as important as offense and defense. Personally.
Yeah, it has big. Yeah, it has big impacts on the game. I mean, some games are decided by 1 point, right? You need a big kick, or the yardage, like you said, those are huge for where you're setting up your offense or where you're setting up your defense. Yeah, I mean, it has to be corrected. I mean, the one thing I will say is special teams is very fixable with the players. It's not like you have to go out there and get superstars, right? You could just get more defensive backs. You can go get them off the street, or you can just get them off your practice squad. That could be something you could fix within your system, right? It's not like you have to go out there and acquire big time talent. So yeah, I mean, maybe you like to see some adjustments out there. Like you said, there's a lot of linebackers out there. Maybe they adjust to going more defensive backs out there in special teams, and that could help. But I think they're at a point where, it's been a couple of weeks, especially where it's really showing prominently, in this game and then last week versus Minnesota. Maybe you see Phipp and, the staff in general just make some adjustments with the personnel, just who's out there, and maybe, like you said, get some more speed out there, and that could help the special teams unit be better than what it's been so far.
On the positive, you do get Rodrigo back next week versus Philly. Yep. He's a great special teams player. He's also good on defense. So that's going to help for sure. And I think, is Dorsey going to be back yet, or he'll be back soon? I'm not sure. But guys are starting to come back healthy. Daniel Thomas came back this week. He's one of your core special teams players too. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, like I said, that could be a personnel thing. That could be adjusted, which is good, and that there could be some reinforcements coming back there. So yeah, you want to see it cleaned up going forward for the rest of the way for sure, because like you said, those are some big yards.
Yep.
So, all right. Yeah, let's do Oopsie Doopsie and Ball of the Week. I think that's pretty much it. You got anything to shit on Malcolm, on Jonathan Vilma and Kenny Albert? They call their game today. I know you got some things to get out before we get to Oopsie Doopsie and Ball.
Get this. Hold on, man. I got to get up close with this one, man.
Get it out.
Stop having these guys calling goddamn games.
Malcolm, is it Hank Fraley or who was the guy?
Christian Mahogany.
Give me a second, man. I mean, broke my mouse. Man, stop having them call our goddamn games, man.
Hey, remember when Bob during COVID looked at the camera?
I always think of that.
Man, you understand how mad I got when he called Hank Fraley Christian Mahogany, man. I almost lost my goddamn mind. My wife was like, "What's wrong, Malcolm?" I'm like, "Yo, you understand? This dude keeps fucking up the name of our players. He fucking up now. He calling coaches players, coaches. He just fucking shit up. I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
please.
I'm so glad I got you.
I'm Deion Branch. He had those 2 sacks today.
Don't stop calling. Call Deion Branch one more time. Do it one more time.
I don't think he did it today, but
he did do it today. Thank God he didn't. But the one thing that pissed me off when they showed a clear picture of Hank Fraley just minding his own goddamn business. He was minding his business. And he called him Christian Mahogany.
He goes, Christian Mahogany joined the game on the sideline.
He told Trump, he's like, how many touchdowns you have? 6 to 7 touchdowns? And Trump ignored that. I was like, what are you doing, dude?
Dude, he tried it multiple times too. He tried it not once,
multiple times.
Twice. You have the president of the United States.
In his head, he was like, ha, ha, ha. In his head, he was like, ha, ha, ha.
You have the president of the United States. You have the honor to talk to the president of the United States, and you're hitting 6-7 jokes on the president of the United States right now. Are you kidding me?
Get out of here, bro. Is that your oopsie-doopsie?
Hey, the only positive about these fuckers is that we win whenever they're.
We do. We win every time when they call the game.
The only positive about these guys.
But they stink, and I am so glad I got Malcolm, and a lot of people on the fan base have finally noticed how bad Kenny Albert is and how bad Jonathan Vilma is. I've been saying this for years. Kenny Albert makes zero sense to me. He calls every big game. I mean, I'm not NFL-wise, but he calls the Stanley Cup Finals. He gets NFL games every week with that doofus Jonathan Vilma. I mean, my goodness. Yes, pure spoiler. That is my oopsie doopsie because those knuckleheads, man. Both of them. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma. Like Malcolm said, man, I just hope they never call another single one of our games. I'm so sick and tired of those guys. They are so bad at their job. That interview had me cracking up, though. I can't lie. That interview with President Donald Trump.
It was trash. It was garbage.
It was just so funny how bad it was.
Also, one thing, bro. When we're watching a football game, don't bring politics into it. Like, I don't give a fuck about the stock market when I'm trying to watch my defense play.
That's Vilma.
Bro, I don't give it. Look, man. Like, I get what they were trying to do, but it felt like it was a preseason game the way they were treating that game.
Yeah, for real.
Like, what are we doing here, bro? It's a preseason game, man.
No, that's a great point, Pierre. That's like when they bring up Rod Wood in the preseason and he's talking about ticket sales and how well they're doing in ticket sales. That's what it felt like, but like to a little extreme level. We're talking about a regular season game here with the president of the United States, and we're talking about the stock market.
Does not need to be on the fucking game when I'm watching football. Like, respectfully, like I don't care about politics when I'm watching football.
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I mean, you shouldn't mix it. Just leave it alone.
But Amon-Ra's celebration was phenomenal. That was great, man. Come on. Come on.
J-Mo did it with him, too. That was funny.
He goes, where is he? He goes, yeah, I just need the YMCA background in the background, and we're
J-Mo did it, too. No, that was funny. When J-Mo did it with it, I was like, all right, that's funny. That's funny. They're trolling. They're trolling the Commanders. That was funny.
That could be the meme of the century. Is that could be the meme of this season, right? You can just put the YMCA background, and then you just have Amon-Ra and J-Mo going like this. That I'm ready to roll. But yes, oopsie doopsie, spoiler. Those knuckleheads, Jonathan Vilma, Kenny Albert. Like I said, hopefully we'd never get one of those guys calling our games for the rest of it. So
watch we get them next week.
Well, we have your boy next week. Sunday Night Football. Chris Collinsworth and Al Mike.
That's right. Now here's the guy.
That was a very Mahomesy pass right there, Mike.
No, that's a guy I won't criticize. That's my guy. I won't criticize Collinsworth.
That's my guy, man. Let's go.
All right, Pierre, you got the honor. Ball of the week.
Yeah, for me, it's Dan Campbell. He saw the problem right away. He didn't wait. He took over play calling duties. It's pretty simple, and the guys executed. And it seems like there was a disconnect between Morton and the players. NFL Network reported that as well this morning. So yeah, it's Dan Campbell. Just great, like what he did during the week, the way he got these guys ready, the way he called the sequence today. Everything was in a rhythm. Like you finally saw them calling the same play, but in different formations. We didn't see that with Johnny Morton. We really didn't. So that was nice to see. Play action came back to life. Running game came back to life. Offensive line played great. It's Dan, man. I mean, I could give it to JMO Gibbs, but it's Dan. He got it rolling back.
I agree.
If I was you, if I was you, I'd give it to Dan's reading glasses. Yeah, those glasses, those did it. Those did it for me. those glasses did it for me.
Hey, remember when AG had that legacy game with those glasses? They were all like wet.
Yeah,
It kind of reminds you of that moment. Well, that was for Green Bay, I think. Like, yeah,
glasses.
That
man.
was funny.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, that's about it, man.
Yeah, no,
I like it.
There's zero disagreement with me. I agree with you. Dan Campbell got the thing going again, and let's keep it going, baby. I'm full in. I'm fully in now. Fully in.
I just want to say one more thing. I feel like now everyone's talking. Jared Goff is playing really good ball over these last few weeks. No one's really talking about it.
Few weeks.
Last entire year, I think he has 75% completion rate.
All year, all year. Yeah.
Today, we didn't bring this up, so I want to bring it up. 25 at 33, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, put some respect on my quarterback's name, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Malcolm, you know what's something you called out since week 1, and we've seen it a little bit more involved, but Dan Skipper, man, just get him involved in the game a little bit more. A little jumbo set, little
extra. Hey, he was signed up at receiver. That shit was so funny.
Yeah, I mean, just
I started laughing when I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big staple in Ben Johnson's offense last year, and it worked really well for this Lions team. And we saw they kind of went back to their roots today. That was fun, man. This kind of felt like a 2024 Lions game today, and then that was the great part about all of it. What's the great part about all of it?
Hey, JMO made a comment on Campbell's classes. Should I play it? I haven't even played it, but here's the clip. Should I try to get it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
It says the sound's not good. The audio sucks.
Well, what did he say though? Did you pick it up?
Let's see. It was kind of funny seeing his first time seeing him in glasses. That's what he said.
That was first time. Okay.
Well, they ain't going anywhere, JMO.
Oh yeah. Those glasses are elite, bro. Like, put him in the Louvre after the season.
Yeah, but Pierre, man, now that you mentioned my quarterback, man, I just for people who does not understanding the type of season Jared Goff is having right now, 73% completion percentage. He has right now 1,900 yards, 17 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. So put some respect on my quarterback's name, man.
Absolutely. All right.
Damn right.
I think that's pretty much it. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. That's episode 411 of the Pride Podcast. We'll see you guys later on the week with the Philadelphia Eagles game preview, and then we'll be live on Sunday. It'll be 7 o'clock, 7:30. We'll tweet it out when we go live, but around that time for our pregame show. And then we'll be live right after the game. So come join us wherever you're watching right now. X, YouTube, Instagram now. Instagram's a platform where you can watch now. So wherever you are catching these, come catch us on Sunday. I mean, you got 238 of you right now. It's phenomenal right now. So thank you guys for all joining right now. And if you missed it, well, if you're listening right now, thank you for listening right now too. So hope you guys all enjoyed. I'm out, guys. Peace.
All right, guys. I'm out. I'll see you next week when we preview the Eagles. Peace.
All right, y'all. It's your boy Malcolm, and I'm out, man. Peace.